I love basketball, and so does head coach Mike Young at Virginia Tech. Coach, I mean, there's good guys in our game, and then there's you. And you have done such a marvelous job at Virginia Tech, and you have been a great supporter of ours on 24 Hours of Nothing But Net. Thank you so much for taking some time.
You will always be a friend. And if I can help you, I'm going to do it. It's good to see you, Debbie.
Well, you know what, Coach, you're right. I mean, my friends are your friends are mine. And our connection started a long time ago with a player that was a walk-on for you, Eric Wagenlander, who is friends with my oldest son. Eric is such a great kid and somebody that we enjoyed spending time with here in Mount Pleasant. And then you had him on your roster at Wofford. That's kind of how it works in basketball, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a small world when you really think about it. The people that I've come in contact with, friends I've made, through the game. Eric Wagenlander will always be one of my favorites. Mom and dad are wonderful people. Great experiences and a lot of fun being with him and following his path. He was with me last year as a graduate assistant, is now with the Houston Texans, as you're aware of. Mm-hmm. He just sent me a care package. I got NFL footballs. I've got hats, shirts. I've got more Texans gear than I've got Virginia Tech gear.
I love it. I love it. Coach, what a year. Wow. I mean, I don't know how you sum it up, but it was absolutely phenomenal getting a chance to cover your team during the regular season, watching the run through the ACC tournament and what an impressive job your group did. And then personally getting to cover you for CBS in the first and second round of the men's tournament in Milwaukee. Kind of take us through a little bit about your journey this year. And I know it was special and unique to Virginia Tech.
It was frustrating. It was disappointing, exhilarating, rewarding, heck of a lot of fun, all wrapped into a 7-month period or however long it was. We went in with great expectations. I had a number of guys back, a team that I knew I was going to enjoy coaching. Keve Aluma, Justin Mutz. I mean, it's on and on, just really remarkable folks. And Debbie, we struggled. I couldn't get the right buttons pushed and get our team where I thought we needed to be, where we should have been. We had such high expectations of ourselves, and the other things that go along with that. And Debbie, I think it was January 15th, we lost a last second shot. You may have had a game.
It was a Charlie Moore half-court shot, right?
Charlie Moore half-court bank shot,
yeah,
which dropped us to 2-7 in the ACC, 10-10 overall. And I thought the world, as I knew it, was about to collapse. But proud of the organization, proud of the people in our organization. There was never, any pouting, hanging your head, pointing fingers. That team continued to fight and come to practice every day, and stayed the course, hung in there. And I will always be so touched, proud of this team, that we were able to again hang in there, and then we rattled off several in a row, we won 23. We won an ACC conference championship, advanced to another NCAA tournament. I was talking to Tony Bennett, and he talked about what it takes out of you, and I didn't think a whole lot about it. And Texas beat us, Debbie. Make no mistake. You saw the game. They beat us. They outplayed us. They outcoached us. But Coach Bennett's point was the year before they won a national championship, he won the ACC tournament crown. And I think maybe that was the year they lost to UMBC. I think.
Yep.
The next year,
you're right.
The next year they lost in the semifinals of the ACC tournament, and got home, regrouped, decompressed a little bit, and then went on to win. And what a great special team that Virginia team was. Went on and won a national championship. Now, I'm not trying to imply that we're on the cusp of a national championship, but as great as that achievement was, that accomplishment, and rolling through that thing in 4 days, Clemson, Notre Dame, North Carolina, Duke, we didn't have our best stuff against Texas again for a second time. Take nothing away from the Longhorns. They outplayed us. They beat us. But you know, that ACC championship, they can't take away from us. And that was a lot of fun.
It's one of the most coveted crowns in sport, honestly, to win the ACC championship in the tournament, and to do it the way you did it through the teams that you did it in 4 straight days, which is very challenging. So you're not going to say it, but certainly fatigue played a role in the first round of the game against Texas. I did call the game. I had been watching your team all year, and I know they were a little fatigued, but you know, there's physical, mental, and emotional fatigue when you get to that point in the season. And to turn it around the way you did, Coach, I know you could give me a stat or give me a number that probably meant something to you, but what about the intangibles of this group? Because what we're talking about with Special Olympics is about team. Yeah. And I think you're one of the best leaders in creating team, culture, confidence, all of that comes with it. What would you say about how you were able to do that this year?
We talk about it every day. We talk every day. We talk about the team and being a part of something that's bigger than you, and celebrating a teammate's success. You know, having a lot of fun with it. I don't know any other way to do it. I think, Debbie, that it may be becoming more challenging. You know, with the culture of me and what's in it for me, and how many shots am I getting? How many minutes am I playing? But, you know, when that infiltrates our group, this program, it'll be time for me to do something else. I think the only way you accomplish something great is, you know, having everybody on board. And this team had everyone on board. And again, you know, it culminates in something really cool, and to see it all come together. And it didn't happen overnight. To see it all come together and become the team we thought we were going to become, and put a really good product on the floor was truly as much fun as I've had in 36 years of coaching.
Well, you're talking about the kind of guys and the character and the quality of the guys. You mentioned, you know, Keve and Justin, but also Storm and Hunter, and you can go right on down the list. Sean, who really came on for you at the end. When I look at your guys and I think about how much I know you love to compete, one of the great compliments I think that any coach can receive is that of a teacher. And when I look at you, I see teacher. I know the intricacies of the way you go about conducting your business inside your culture are something that I could watch I could watch every one of your games 3 times. Not that I'm the smartest person, but even if I did that, I still wouldn't be able to figure out the best way to scout and to try to take something away, because the way you teach the game is about concepts, not really about running plays. Is that right?
No, it's not. I come from a family of educators. My dad was a middle school principal. My mom was an elementary secretary. All my aunts and uncles, cousins, we're all in education, teaching. There's nothing like practice. The games wear me out, Debbie. My stomach is in knots, but practice and seeing, you know, a group of young people, you know, as individuals, and building that and putting that together and watching them grow and watching them stumble and, you know, hang on and develop into a team and a cohesive unit is the ultimate. I mean, that's the best. We do have a lot of plays, but the freedom and the form of just be a basketball player. We're not creating robots. We're creating basketball players, and there's all sorts of wrinkles and things that we can get to, but it does come back to those players, Debbie. You know that. Savvy, basketball IQ, ability to pass and catch, ability to move and you know, execute things at 100 miles an hour when the likes of Virginia and Duke and North Carolina are you know, guarding you quite closely. Sometimes I think too closely, Debbie, but I will voice that from time to time. But it's fun. I mean, it just,
It
I
is
have so
fun.
much fun doing it. I have so much fun doing it here at Virginia Tech. I've got the best job in the world. I recognized that a long time ago.
Well, you mentioned your background of an educator. I know your roots are in the area, and this is something that every time I see you, we have the same conversation about. My son, Patrick, not my son, Frankie, who gets all the attention, but I got two other guys, and Patrick, as you know, wore your number last year at Emory and Henry as a point guard there, and he loves going to school there. He's loving his experience, and I always like to share with you because I know that's something that's special to you, that Emory and Henry meant so much to you, and it certainly means a lot to our family and Patrick.
Frankie is the rock star in the Antonelli family. I do. The only thing that I have against your sweet Frankie is that he's a Clemson graduate.
Right.
I can never get over that. I loved Emory and Henry. I had the opportunity to play for a wonderful man who's no longer with us, Bob Johnson. The president of the college came to Blacksburg 2 days ago, Debbie, and awarded me the Distinguished Alum of the Year.
Dr. Wells is a first-class guy. That is fantastic.
He is that. I told him that obviously this was not due to my sterling academic record that I was given that prestigious
Congratulations.
award. I'm proud. I'm proud of that school and the people there. You know, to reflect back, it was a long time ago, but it was the perfect place for me. I absolutely, I love that school with every fiber in my body, and I don't get back enough. But it's a great place. I'm glad your son's having a great experience.
He is, and I want to know if that's where the popcorn pregame started for you.
No,
Where did the
no.
popcorn ritual begin?
No, it just started. You've heard me say it. I cannot stand being inside the locker room. The nervous energy,
Right.
so many things going on and thoughts, and we have all these TVs as you walk into our lounge area, and all these other games are going on. I have no interest in anything like that. It drives me crazy. So a long time ago, you've heard me say it, nobody cared at Wofford. I mean, I've done it for forever and ever, just to go out and say hello to some of the kids that we probably recruited on the other team, see some of the opposing coaches and visit with them and have, an opportunity to catch up a little bit. And then at 60, I'll go back in and or 90, pardon me, 90 on the clock, I'll go back in and talk with the two coaches that have that particular scout and go over a couple of things. It never was a big deal, Debbie, until I came to Virginia Tech. Now it's, your television people and everybody's taking, my gosh, I'm having a box of popcorn for crying out loud. You give it a break.
It's great because it's unique. Like, a lot of coaches don't come out because they want to be in the locker room. So I think when you show up, it's a surprise to a lot of people that you're out there. But I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't know what you would do. It's the same for us broadcasters. Like 2 hours before the game, everything's done for me. I'm ready. Like, what happens next? You just got to wait for the game. I don't have as much on the line, obviously, as you do, but certainly it's my job, and I want to do it well. So you're just trying to pick up every last detail, watching warmups. I'm sure you're watching to see players on the other team, what they look like, or maybe sizing them up. Maybe they're a little bigger or smaller or whatever than you thought, stuff like that. I do the same thing. Those kinds of things I'm doing pregame.
What's funny is there was a time in my career I'd go out and watch warmups, and we can't make a shot on the other end. And I thought, oh gosh, there's no chance we're winning this game. And of course, the other team's warming up and they're making everything. There's a kid out there that you're going to back off of. You're not going to guard in hopes of helping somewhere else. And that guy he's making everything he throws in the air. So none of that holds true. I don't even think about that anymore. I do enjoy the small conversations that I will have, and those kids coming over and saying hello. like every league, there's some really class people in the Atlantic Coast Conference,
Oh, yeah.
players as well as coaches.
Mhm.
I admire and I enjoy and covet those small relationships.
I do too. I think it's important for what I do because, you give me incredible access. I have worked hard to earn your trust. And that's something that I don't take lightly as an analyst. Being able to be in the gym, to watch what you're doing, to listen and learn, try to figure out why you want to do certain things, how I go about studying and preparing for the game, I hope is at a high level, similar to what you're doing with your scout, and we have so much access to so many things now that you can break down on a game. But I like to think of it as, protecting the product and protecting the game. There's a lot of stories around the game that can be told, but the actual genius of what you're doing is my challenge to try to share and use the television medium as a way to teach the game. I will never teach it or know anywhere as much as you do, but I'm efforting to do that. That's where I put my energy, and that's where I'm putting my energy on 24 hours of nothing but net, coach. I mean, I literally am shooting until my arm falls off, and I'm going to keep doing it until we get to $1 million. And you asked me earlier about a goal. I mean, we're over 415,000 after the first 3 years. And now during the live stream, while this interview is running, hopefully we're going to be getting closer to 0.7 or 0.8. And so I really want to get to $1 million before I don't shoot it anymore.
It's a remarkable idea. You're a remarkable person. I can't imagine shooting for 24 hours. Debbie, you're going to make a lot more shots than I would make if I took that on. I'm proud to call you a friend. I'm proud of everything that you have going on. Your wonderful family, and I'll be pulling for you. And I look forward to making another donation to the 24 hours nothing but net.
Coach, you have been a great supporter. I appreciate everything that you've done to grow our game inside the ACC in particular, but just the way you go about conducting your business is a really first-class act, and I enjoy learning from you all the time. Thank you again for being so supportive of our event.
It's always a pleasure seeing you. I look forward to seeing you down the road. I hope you have a lot of Hokie games next season.